So one of the key tenets has always been with Kermi is we've transitioned basically everybody off of the old spreadsheet, which is never it's always out of date, and you never know exactly what's in use, and that's been fantastic for years. However, there were some things that were lacking. So what we did instead was we actually went through and we actually started looking at some of these things instead, and also really kind of made it much more modernized. How is the number being used? Where is it being used? But some of the other things that are really exciting, if you're using Call Manager and WebEx, and you need to use the same number and the same dial plan, always before you had to have two dial plans for the same thing and manually go in and kind of reserve the number out on the other side. Now, we're going to show you some ideas of tags in the sense that now you can have it where if it's 10 digit on Call Manager and an E164 on WebEx, you can use the same dial plan. It'll automatically know to actually go and assign those. So yeah, I can show you this actually real quick and how this is going to work, and it's going to how this is actually going to make things a little bit easier for you as well. Same thing also going back to the widgets, it was on there too. But let's start out with, again, favorites, because it's going to where we're actually going to use this. So I'll just, again, start just creating a user real quickly. You know, just in this case, it can be a little bit more random before we're actually just going to, how we're actually going to be creating, because this is more universal in this case. That little bit updated look and feel now instead. So numbers are still automatically created. We'll go ahead and say that they're a Call Manager user instead now. But and the number's already been created, but if I want to go in and actually change this or look at more details around it as well, for both extensions on Call Manager or I can look at either just the available numbers to me or finding out ones that are already in use. So this is where you're going to see the tags, where it can be used, how it could be used. It could be used on Call Manager, could be used on WebEx, could be E164, could be just reserved for an analog line. And in that case, it's not going to show up if it's not available for this particular package. Makes your life a lot easier also, really be able to do some of these things too. So you're just getting more information really around where this user is going to be used instead and how it's actually going to be taking place. So it's now we can actually look at, we've just created that line. We can find more information also about this line that was just created, so that now we look at it and we see this, we'll see where it's in use, how it was being used, by who, all the other details that were not necessarily there in the past.